So, following the previous videos, I mentioned in the most recent video that I would mention the type of clothes that that I find personally suitable to wear. I really noticed that my glasses reflect so much sort of reflection, obviously. So it really annoys me that I'm looking in the camera and I can see this. So I'm not blind, by the way. Not that's a query. It's just that it just bugs me that I see this reflection. It's a bit quirky. Anyway, mute point. We're on about sarcomas, and we're on about the suitable type of clothing here that we, or that I've personally found suitable. Now, bearing in mind that when you're having an operation, for myself personally, it was on my leg, so I was aware that potentially there would be swelling, and there was. It wasn't too massive, but it was. You wouldn't want, say, skinny jeans, and I wouldn't have wanted to wear straight legs either, like straight leg trousers. So if you're female, that would be a concern. Also, bearing in mind that I had mine on my right knee, I wouldn't have wanted to wear, and it's also recommended by your physicians, your GPs, your consultants, and any specialists that you see, that you don't reveal the scar to any sort of sunlight, etc. During the summer. And for the UK at the moment, we've got temperatures of around sort of 15 to around 25 or so. Previously, we've had temperatures up to about 29-ish, and they are feel like temperatures, give or take a little bit, or anything between the actual and feel like temperatures. I am doing the camera with my left hand, so the camera might be a little bit jolty. I apologise for that, because I'm going to be doing other bits and pieces with my other hand. So, with this in mind, you kind of want to make sure that you, while you're still able, in the sense of pre-operative, you want to be going out, you want to be getting the correct type of clothing that you are potentially able to wear. So if you're going to be having the operation, say, on your torso or on your arm or somewhere else, you want to be thinking of the appropriate clothing to cover up that given scar. Now, it doesn't matter where your scar is, you're more than likely, well, just simply, it's not more than likely, you're not going to be wanting to show that in the given summer. So even if you have it, say, in September of, say, 2016, you don't want to be showing it in September 2018, purely because your scar will not be healed enough for it to be shown in that given summer. It's nothing to do with showing your scar. If you're proud of your scar, which personally I just don't care about scars, I don't plan on putting bio oil or E45 for the fact of reducing what the scar looks like. That's my opinion. I just want to be able to make sure that I have the appropriate suntan lotion. I always use factor 50 or above. That's just because I don't want to get melanoma or any other type of skin cancer or any other skin type query. That's just me. Everyone's different. If you, I don't know, if you're out in a hurry and oops, you forgot your suntan lotion, maybe it's an idea to take a light top, a thin cotton type top that's not patchy, not holey, and it's able to cover you up. Or just trousers which are sort of floaty, but again are going to cover you up. Or trousers or a dress or anything that's also appropriate for you to wear, but again going to cover you up. If you're going to have the operation on your feet, I'm not entirely sure what the type of correct footwear would be, bearing in mind that you're more than likely going to swell up from the operation. You might want to be speaking to a specialist about that. I don't know how you would go about otherwise. You might, I'd speak to your, maybe your GP or your consultant with regards to what type of footwear you'd be wanting to wear. I don't know why this is helping me, but I'm actually looking at my feet when I'm saying that. I don't know why. But yeah, you might actually want to be speaking to your specialist, so your relevant consultant, with regards to how that's going to work for you. But everything else, it's common sense. So if you've got it on your neck, obviously you wear a cover up. Anywhere else, cover yourself up. I can't emphasize how much it is. You have to cover up. You can't show it. You need to heal properly. You've got to rest. You've got to recover. You've got to recuperate. You've got to make sure your diet's correct. I can go into your diet in a minute, but I'm going to concentrate on clothing. I've got to go through other bits and pieces which I've just realised I haven't done in previous videos. So, right, clothing. So I'm currently going through physio at the moment. So personally, I can't get on with lycra, and I don't do. I used to wear skinny jeans previous to sort of April, May last year. But that's just because my knees started to swell up and it was just uncomfortable. To which I just thought, oh look, it's just me getting a bit different in size. That's just me. That was just my thinking, my line of logic. I don't know why I thought that. Bearing in mind I was running at the time. Why I thought I was getting different size, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, it was a bit summer. Whatever, it happened. So I just moved on. I got over it and moved on. So yeah, I found some jersey, what's known as leggings or jeggings. I don't really know why they're called that. All I know is that for me, they're the only material that I can wear close to my skin, or rather that close to my skin, and it be tight. It's elasticated, so it'll move with your skin. It covers your scar up, so when you're out and about. If I wanted to wear a dress, I won't wear tights because I can't get on with the tight material, so I have to wear leggings. Little bit weird. So if I wanted to say go to work or go to a fancy dress thing, I would either wear a long dress and no tights, or I would wear leggings underneath the long dress, which is a little bit weird, or I would wear fancy trousers, and a fancy top with, I don't know, maybe like a blouser, a suit suit jacket type thing, or a fancy cardigan, something along the lines. If you get the idea. You kind of have to make it up as you go along. You have to work around, and there's a lot of workarounds. You're gonna have to get used to that. Sorry, better happens. So the first item is the jeggings. I got these from Next. They were £7 or £8, I think. Now this isn't me doing a promotional thing. It's just to let you know how much they were when I bought them. They are simply 3/4 leggings, as you can see, just there. Yep, 3/4. There's nothing amazing with them. Black. I've got them in white. I've got just below the knee. I've got funky shorts, which are skin tight, and I've also got long, like really long ones, which go down to your ankles. But again, it's just because they work for me. Everyone else everyone else. Everyone is different, and I appreciate that. The other thing as well, from BHS, I have always had a thing for their shorts, because I say shorts, they're almost 3/4. They're made out of cotton, as you can see just there. They look like linen, and because of the unfortunate circumstances which are going on with BHS at the moment, they were, I think, £11 or so. Now I appreciate that you're not going to be able to always get them, so also you find the appropriate clothing that suits you. None of those, obviously, as you can appreciate, they weren't expensive. At the moment, I've got trouser wise, I've got a bit of a thing for jersey trousers. So if you want a bit more thicker material trouser, so jersey with maybe the leggings on, if you want that extra warmth. I don't know why, but I've not done it myself, but you could do it that way. And potentially, I don't know, long socks. I don't know, you kind of have to really work things out yourselves and really tweak things. Really, really tweak your dress sense, because you're going to have to do that. So the actual operation that I had was on the 3rd of February. And it's going right along the back of my leg, from about mid-thigh to in almost an L shape. So if you were actually looking at the back of my leg, it's almost, they said it was an S shape, it's more of an L, a conky L, very conky L. So it's a sort of a wee boing sort of funny thing. But I've also got another scar from where they did a biopsy, so it's a cute little biopsy scar, and that one's actually been alright, but I've had problems with the actual scar itself. But that's just because it's just been uncomfortable for me, because of, obviously, as you can appreciate, when sat on it, it gets a little bit warm with the temperatures. It's just a bit different. But that's just, you simply resolve that by having, I don't know, multiple showers a day, by putting some E45 cream on, by I don't know, you really do have to find different workarounds that will suit you. You may find that you have to put say maybe Sudocreme on. Right, so you want your Sudocreme. I'm just trying to think what else you would need, which is why there was a bit of a pause there. So you want Sudocreme. What else would probably be best? Savlon. You want really neutral stuff. You don't want any scented items. You can't have scented items. I really can't stress that enough. No scented. No, 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 no. It's only going to aggravate, especially in the first maybe 3 to 6 months. Obviously, if you're sensitive skin, obviously that's maybe longer. You want to obviously adjust that according to you. If you're dry skin, obviously you've got to get appropriate skincare that's appropriate to you. Everyone is different. You've got to adjust your skincare regime to you. So when you're having a shower, let me backtrack just slightly. You come out of the operation, you're not going to be able to have a bath. You're not going to be able to have a shower. You're going to have to essentially have a form of a bed bath, or use a bowl in the bathroom, or wherever you feel comfortable in having a bed bath type, or bowl bath, however you like to phrase that. I'm currently uncomfortable because my knee is really aggravating. I've just had physio today. So you kind of, you don't want to be getting your scar wet, especially in those first few days. I don't know about everyone's operations. but personally mine was done with dissolvable stitches, and I had little steri strips over it as well. The steri strips came off within 10 to 14 days. I had to go into the GP surgery because within around, I think it was the 12th to 13th day after the actual operation, where the blood had got quite dry, it got quite tight, and I could feel a very uncomfortable feeling. It was just like a solid thing, and obviously it's just where the blood is. It's totally normal, nothing to be concerned about. But because I'd never had an operation of that kind before, it was always known and it was always mentioned to me, you got a query, you go to the doctors. Because of the query that it was, I went to the doctors. I don't know whether that was so much a clever idea. I probably could have done it myself, but I don't know. I went to the doctors. I probably should have done it myself. I could have soaked them. I didn't. I'm sorry. I took all the others off. It was just that one, and it drove me nuts. After that, it went, oh my gosh, did it feel nice? Wow, was it like heaven? And actually, ironically enough, that's the same area where that particular steri strip was and where the accumulation was, is still roughly where the most discomfort is at the moment. But again, I think that's just, I've got hamstring queries and I've got a nerve problem with my knee. But again, that's just purely because of where the tumour was and the fact that my knee is really warm at the moment. Wow, gosh, that is warm. But anyway, that's normal for my knee because of the fact that I've had the physio. Any of what I'm mentioning now, please don't let this put you off of actually having the operation done. If the doctors or consultants say about having the operation done, I can't stress how much of a good idea it is to have it done. The feeling of knowing that the potential of this particular given tumour, of going from, say, a cancerous or a non-cancerous tumour, whatever you've got, or even if you're just doing this because you're interested in understanding people's things or just being nosy, you kind of how can I phrase this? You want to go ahead with the operation, not just because you want to. I don't know. You've got to go ahead with the operation. I can't emphasize it's going to be a long recovery. You've got a lot of adjustments to make. You're going to need your family. You're going to need a whole new adjustment to your intake of food. You can't. Literally, your life's going to change. It's just going to change, and wow, it changes. But on the other side of things, to know that you've not got a tumour in your joint, or you've not got a tumour within you, that okay, you might not have known beforehand, but it's not gonna turn negative, or it's not doing anything quirky. It's such a relief. It's like having this massive weight off your shoulders. It's just wow. It is just wow. Apart from meeting my other half, and apart from a couple of other big things in my life, I think going through this experience has actually, I think the amount of people that, those who are close to me, will say that things have changed for me, and I'm actually going to start crying, I think, because it does change you, and I can't tell you, it does change you. That's why you need your support network. You need your family, you need your friends, you need your colleagues, you need, and you've got to be upfront with them. You've got to be honest. You've got to ensure that they understand what's going on. You've got to explain everything, and if that means explaining the same things 1,001 times, it will help them understand, but it'll also help you absorb what the thing is that you're going through. It's a thing. It might be a little bitty thing, but this little bitty thing is gonna like just change you. It changes. It changes. So just to sort of go a couple of steps back. So when I was going through all these tests and all sorts, one of the tests I had done was I had multiple blood tests. Now there's nothing unusual about having blood tests done when you're being tested for stuff. So that's obviously an unusual thing to have done. Wow. That's my sense of humour there. And they noticed that I was anemic. But not just ish anemic, I was severely anemic. And I also had some other quirks within my bloods. It was something mentioned within my proteins, and oh gosh, there was something else, but obviously everyone's different and your blood results will be different. But basically it all showed up just a little bit too quirky. So they gave me vitamin D. Sorry, I've got eyelash in my eye. It's really annoying me. They gave me vitamin D supplements. Vitamin D supplements, iron tablets, and I had to obviously eat different stuff, which I was already eating. I have bowls. I literally eat salad galore. I love the stuff. All year round. Yummy, yummy, yum, yum, num, num, num. Crazy for food, and I eat like a horse. Really fit, healthy, I like to think. Probably not. But hey, I try. I really, really try. A little bit screwlies too. So, and now I start having a tears. Why? Who knows? So I went through the all. I went through about 2-3 weeks of having all these different supplements, bits and pieces, and in that sort of time frame, nothing had changed within my blood results. And the doctors, well, I say nothing had changed. Okay, they'd gone up, more to the sort of correct levels. But then, as soon as I'd stopped my vitamin D supplements and other supplements I was on, it sort of just stopped. I'd gone from here to the right down there. And they were like, that makes no sense. You should be here. You've kept to your diet, because obviously you said you were. Because obviously this is what I'd done. And what happened? It was so confusing. So I went through a battery of other tests. They literally did a full blood count. They did all other funky tests with blood, etc. Obviously, it was like little vampires going at me with needles. That's another little thing. I'm one of these really strange people that watch their blood being taken out. Does anyone else do that? Oh, why? I mean, what is the deal with that? That's quirky, really quirky. Yeah. Who'd have thought that, eh? You go through a big thing like sarcoma, tumour testing and all sorts, and you're watching this needle coming at you. I'm gonna take your blood. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, this could be fun. Maybe not. Sorry if I just freaked anyone out. I probably should have done a little bit of a warning there. And I've still got tears. I do not know what is up with my eyes at the moment. And I'm not teary at the moment. I'm really not. I've got over that bit. So yeah, I did all those tests and it was fine. And that happened. Great. Fantastic. And then we went through all the other referrals. And I say we, this is me and my other half. Um, and my mum, my dad. You're going to need your mum and your dad. You're always going to need your mum and dad. And if you've got your other half, you've got a family member, best friend, a colleague, and anyone, you're going to need them. You just are. So they all came and it was great. Not all in one time because it would have been a bit. But yeah, so it was me and my other half, or me and my dad. My mum's a bit of a warrior, so yeah. So we did that. That's great, fantastic. But then we went through all the preoperative assessments and bits and pieces. D-Day for the op. Wow, wasn't that a day? That was an interesting one. The week before, I was basically ready for about a week. I'd packed everything. Literally everything was packed. I'd done